What's going on, Volt? My name is Jeff or Jeffology, and today you're gonna watch this unbelievable gameplay by Volt Shadex, and I believe, oh, my phone is going off. It's a triple Moab on Modern Warfare 3 unassisted. So I'm gonna put my phone away and we are gonna make this video. Now today, because this is a new channel, we're not on AMP anymore, I wanted to kind of do my own, get to know me, answer some questions, and tell you a story kind of video. So today, I think I have 4 questions lined up, and they're little stories of their own, and then I'll tell you a nice longer story so you can get a feel for who I am. So these are a few questions I found on the internet, and I thought I'd decide to answer them with some comical answers. If, at the age of 5, you had to decide what your career would be for the rest of your life, what would you be doing right now? I'd be a triangle. When I was 3 or 4 or 5, I was under the impression that being a triangle was a career. So I'd be a professional triangle. You're a crazy dictator of one small island nation. You're in charge and everybody's got to listen to you, so what laws do you enforce? Well, I would enforce quite a few things if I could, but the one thing that I would make absolutely illegal is filming videos on your iPhone horizontally. If you've ever watched a video on Facebook, or if you've ever seen somebody post a video to the internet where it's like, whoa, check out this house, it's on fire, or some crazy kind of natural disaster phenomenon, whatever, and they record it horizontally, you're just like, are you serious? Like, there is 4 times more black than there is video, but what's the point of watching? Like, it's not that funny if it's recorded like that. Maybe if it's 2 people fighting and they're just like idiots, I guess that's like the only time where horizontal recording works. And it's always shaky and it's just poor, but no, it'd be illegal. What is the dumbest decision you have made due to a lack of sleep? Well, I remember one time when it was Friday night and I was out with my friends and we went over to my friend's house where really my parents thought we were just having a sleepover. But, you know, now at the age I'm at, I'm almost 18, I'm 17. Wow, almost 18. I feel like an adult, but I'm not. Anyway, at this age, you go to bed at a sleepover at like 1. You don't stay up all night talking, you don't stay up all night playing video games. It's more of a hang out, relax thing. But at the time that this happened, I was 13 or 14. The goal was to stay up all night. So, of course, I wasn't able to stay up all night. I have yet in my life to pull an all-nighter. But at this point, I decided to pull a 22-hour day. And I had a family thing the next day with all of my relatives coming in from New York and Boston. They all came down right here in Maryland. And the next day when I woke up, I had 2 hours of sleep. I had to get dressed up in a suit and tie, and I was terribly, terribly bloodshot. My eyes from playing video games the entire night, wide open, red. You could tell I was either on drugs or I was just very out of sleep. So I remember asking one of my friends if they had a good idea what I should do, and he said squeeze lemon juice in your eyes. And well, don't do that. It's terribly painful. And what is the funniest thing I've heard a child say? Well, through my years of going to camp, and as well as being a camp counselor for preschoolers, I've heard quite a different variety of things. I've heard little 4-year-old boys hit on 4-year-old girls, tell them they're cute and be all cute and, you know, little kid stuff. But one time when I was around, God, these kids were 9 or 10, one of the kids, and this is when no other parents were around, no counselors were around, it was just me and this one kid, and we were walking through the forest. I think we were on our way to some ropes activity at camp. So we're walking through, we're seeing everything, we're enjoying ourselves, it's nice, it's nature, and just totally out of the blue. I can't even remember what we were talking about. It was just small chat. And he turns to me and he says, I'm never going to have sex because that's how you get diabetes. Like, what? What provoked that? What about walking through? And that's just not, the kid was, it was very funny when it happened, but I had no idea how to react. And I just said, yeah, good, great decision. So now that we're halfway done with this video, I think it's time I tell you guys a story about my life currently so you get a feel about who I am today. I'm going to tell you guys about the time that I snuck out of my hotel room in New York City, and this is uptown Manhattan. I think that's the right word for it. Damn, I feel like such a tourist right now. My dad lives on Long Island, which is in New York, but it's not in New York City, New York. It's just on the coast. And it's, you know, a lot more quiet, quaint, reserved, but we would like to take trips to the city to see the baseball games and, you know, just be tourists for the day. So I remember one time, my brother, my dad, and I, the three of us took a trip up to New York, and we stayed in the city, not on Long Island, and we stayed on 56th and 6.5, I think was the avenue. Yeah, it was like a half, it was weird. But we stayed at this great hotel, the Salisbury? I don't know, it was like an old, very, very old, but like a distinguished hotel. So we stayed there and we walked around the city all day. We bought some clothes. We did the whole touristy shopping, sightseeing, go check out the 9/11 memorial, you know, do that, eat peanuts, get a hot dog, go wherever. And at the end of the night, we went to a Yankees baseball game. And I love the Yankees. Baseball season's just starting back up. Now, if you don't like the Yankees, fine, you know, it's not the biggest focal point, but it's just who I root for because my dad's from New York. Anyway, baseball season's back and that makes me very happy. But at the time, I was so excited to see the Yankees game. So we went to the Yankees game and it was rained out at first, but we walked around the park. We were all psyched. We all had food. We were all ready to go watch the game and the rain came on. So we waited 2 hours and, well, the rain delay was finally called off. So we watched the game and the game was great. The Yankees won in extras and we were out pretty late that night. Usually a baseball game goes from like 7 to 10:30, but this game was 9 to 12:30, plus everybody was wet. All the subway systems were slower because the trains weren't moving. We couldn't get back to a hotel fast enough. Wow, what was that? And I remember we got back to the hotel at 1:30 in the morning and my dad he opened the door, put the key in the door, just passed out right there. So what am I going to do in New York City with no parental supervision, with a wallet full of cash at 1:30 in the morning? Well, I don't really know if I want to tell this story when I'm home with my family. I'll say this, it was very hard to sneak out. I was trying to be as quiet as possible. And don't do this. This is one of those things where at the bottom you see like, don't try this at home, because this was just dumb. No stores open come 2 in the morning. I know they say New York, the city that never sleeps. That's true, all the lights stay on, but no one's going to be trying to sell you a DVD player at 2 in the morning. Well, a working DVD player that you're trying to buy from a guy who's not sketchy. So we snuck out of the hotel, my brother and myself, and we walked around everywhere. Now, I'm not dumb enough to say, okay, we're going to go all the way down to First Avenue where it's dark. There are no lights, there are no people. You know, it's more or less the residential area. But no, not gonna do that. That's just dumb. So Justin and I, we stayed on like 4th Avenue to 8th Avenue. I think 4th was even a stretch. I think it was like 5th. And we went up and down all the streets. We looked at everything. We tried to get into some strip clubs. That didn't work because, well, I was 16 and they had bouncers. So couldn't take a big bouncer in New York. Justin looked 14. Justin was 14 years old trying to get into a strip club, okay? Forgive me, I failed as an older brother. We were offered a CD from a drug dealer who, it's called Sid the Kid. It was like you could tell if you plug this thing into your laptop, you have a virus. You have so many viruses. This would give you diabetes if you put this in your laptop. It was terrible, but we got it for $1 and it's still in my room. I hope no one ever decides like, you know what, we should look back at this and see what's going on because that's a terrible idea. And right at the end of the night, I think it's 3 a.m. and we're on Times Square and Broadway. And I turn the corner and there's this shady looking black guy. Nothing, not a racist way of saying it. I'm just going to describe him. A black drug dealer, and he's standing on the corner. And, you know, we're 2 preppy looking white kids from Maryland. No idea what we're doing out here. We're trying to get back to the hotel. It's 3 in the morning. And the guy walks up and he's like, "Sup?" And me being the idiot I was, I said, "What you got?" Because I thought it'd be funny to feel him out and see what we could get. And he's like, "What you looking for?" I said, "What's the hardest you got?" And he's like, "I can get you some Coke, I can get you some X, whatever you need." And I was like, no. So right as I was like running away, he's like, no, come back here. He also like tried to sell me a Rolex for $300. Like, this is the guy that when your parents say, you don't want to deal with shady people, this is that guy. Anyway, I'm making the story very long. I almost died. This guy like pulled out a knife and there was like a cop right on the other side of the corner. That's the only reason I didn't get cut up, and we snuck back into the hotel. My family has no idea this has happened to today, and Justin and I have kept it a secret. So if you know my parents, don't tell them. If you're feeling like a triangle right now, make sure to click that like button. I'm sorry this story was so long and so all over the place. I'm just trying to get back into commentating, but this was an astounding gameplay from ShadX, and I think it speaks for itself. So if you did enjoy, go back to his channel and check him out. And if you want to hear more of my own voice, I am 300 subscribers off 10,000. That's my goal. I really want to hit it, and I'd appreciate it if you came back to my place Wow, okay. Well, you get what I mean. I would really appreciate it. And let's try to make this video have 200 likes. I'll make my next video for Volt come then. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Jeff or Jeffology, and I'll see you next time.